It's weird.
Chris, whenever we start these videos, your t-shirt fucking game is on the fucking ball.
Oh, it's just another day, my guy. I don't know. Thank you.
I respect your t-shirt game. I have to ask though, we're doing DC. Is that okay? I have like one movie and like 3 TV shows. If that's
No,
okay.
not
Like,
even.
I don't want us all to be choosing
Not
the
a
same
fucking chance.
movie.
No, yeah, that's fine. You're fine.
No,
He said, no,
no asshole. Yeah, hey Corey, I got a better idea. Fuck off. He just like
Hey, Corey, you're fired. Hang up.
Just kick him out. Just kick him
Have
out.
fun sucking dick in San Quentin. Wait, what am I didn't commit a crime.
Hey, welcome to the Film Section Podcast.
Yeah, we make complete sense here.
Holy shit. All right. Yeah.
So today we're talking about I don't know if we're calling it top 10, but I think we're just going to be talking about, some of our favorite DC movies.
I think all 3 of us have like a similar taste, and like if you asked us what our top, however many DC movies would be, it'd probably be pretty similar.
I feel like we
very
know
much,
what
yeah.
our number ones are probably gonna be.
There's I believe there's 2 choices there, and they could both be interchangeable at 1 and 2, and I'm sure they're all the same.
Yeah.
Well, DC has like a few great ones, but it has like a range of pretty good one. Like, you know what I mean? Like those middle of the road, like, all right, I really like that. I don't know if it's great or not. They have a lot of those movies too.
They have been on they've been on the ball lately, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
But
have.
before we start praising them, I do want to say I saw from like Dawn of the Discs on Instagram today, something that made me pretty pissed off at Warner Brothers is they're releasing a 4K edition of The Long Halloween, like put together as one movie, and I'm like kind of pissed because I bought both Blu-rays.
I should have told you this. I thought you knew, but when they do a part 1 and part 2, you fucking wait. You just watch it however else you want to watch it without buying it, and you fucking wait, because you know what? I have that. I watched that I did that Dark Knight one. They did the Dark Knight, and they did a part 1 and 2, and then they fucking like a couple months later, they're like, "Hey, fuck off, buddy! Did you buy both of those? Now buy this one that puts them both together."
Yeah, like come on, like and it sucks because Long Halloween especially works better as one single movie. Like part 2 is a little bit weaker than part 1, but I feel like part 2 would be a lot better because it starts off really wonky. Like part 2 starts off really weird.
Yeah, it does.
And so it's
I gotta say though, like one of my favorite Harvey Dents though. Like I mean Harvey Dent, the character before he comes Two-Face.
Yeah, I mean
that,
on
I
that
thought
note,
that was really cool. I thought.
Sorry, what?
No, I just meant like in that whole story, like the way they presented it in that movie in both parts, like that is one of my favorite Harvey Dents, as opposed to like, before he becomes Two-Faced.
Yeah.
Like that, I thought it was really well done. Like the fact that he had something to give a shit about before he like became, or had like people in his life that, even though that girl seems sketchy as fuck, like that he was hanging out with, she was just kind of hanging out outside his house, like, "Hey, Harv,
yeah,
you're here too." It's like, yeah, it's my fucking house.
the shitty thing about them doing like a part 1 and a part 2 of like releasing a full story is that I think they all, the ones that they've done that with, all suffer because you get part 1 and then you got to wait for part 2, like, and then if it's all put together, you're like into it. Like for me, is like part 1, I'm like, all right, I like blast through it, and then part 2, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this right now. You also like it. They do it in a couple months, so it's like, what happened? Like you don't really remember what you had watched a couple months ago, obviously. So then you're like, half the time you're watching it, you're like, oh okay, oh all right, I remember. I guess like just release it as one. Like,
yeah, I mean, that does make more sense, and it's more epic too. Like if you just release it all together, because it's not like especially with the long Halloween, like if you just released it all as one, like it's not like it would affect the story at all. Like you wouldn't. It doesn't. I mean, as noir as a story as it is, it doesn't slow down like by any means.
Yeah.
Like very, yeah, it's very like it has like a great like continuity to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not quite in like my top 10 DC movies, but it's definitely in like my top 20 because all in all, it's still, as one movie, it's great. As two movies, part one is substantially better than part two.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I guess. Oh yeah, that was my cat. Hi, cat.
My cat also.
I guess we got started, but we should get started. I don't know, but I feel like we did.
Yeah.
I mean, long Halloween.
We did what we did. Come on, man. There's no official
10.
platform to this.
Yeah, it's not in our top 10. We were just talking about it. So
yeah,
disregard what you heard, or don't. It's fine.
I have nothing but DC TV shows on my list here. So
that's fine. Who wants to go?
Who wants to go first?
My number 10 might be kind of controversial, but I really love Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
I like it a lot, dude. That's a good movie.
It's so good. It's so much fun. You haven't seen it?
No, I can't. Dude, I can't say.
Dude, it's good, dude. Trust me, it's
you're an idiot or not because I've never seen it.
It's so
it's
fun.
Good. It's fun. It's such a fun fucking movie. Like, here's what I like about that movie is that they took the fact that Margot Robbie was probably like one of the most fun aspects of that first Suicide Squad movie, and they kind of just let her run with her own thing in this movie, which made it so much fun. And it has Ewan McGregor as Black Mask in it too, and he is so fucking good as the villain. Like
he's having a lot of fun.
Dude, he is such an evil fucking piece of shit in the movie, and it's so much fun watching him.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor, like, I don't know where the fuck he went, but I'm kind of glad that he came back. Like this, I watched that Obi-Wan show, and he was goddamn incredible.
Oh my god, dude, Chris, I think this movie is like, because you liked the new Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you would love this movie, dude. It's like
it's kind of like a precursor to that a little bit. It feels like it.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I mean, I'll check it out. I get in weird phases sometimes. People will be like, "You should check this out. You should check this out," and then I put it off, and then randomly one day I'm like, I'm gonna put that on. Like,
it's just a lot of fun. It's like you're just sort of you're following Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn pretty much the whole movie, and it's just like she's just kind of getting herself into a bunch of shit like over and over. Like she just kind of keeps getting herself into trouble, but she gets out of it in these really fun kind of fantastical ways. And again, it's just super fun. Like you're smoking weed right now, smoke a bowl and watch Birds of Prey, and I guarantee you will just have a blast.
Chris, you might as well watch it now. Dude, that's what I don't get. Like, Chris, you would love it. I guarantee you would fucking have fun with this movie.
It's not. It's the same with that first Suicide Squad movie they made. It's not that It's not that I don't want to watch it or like am avoiding it. It's just that after Justice League, I was kind of like, all right, I'm kind of done wasting my time with this fucking whoever's making these fucking movies because they're not good.
Yeah.
So I kind of just avoided it just because of that. It's not. I don't think I read any reviews or anything like that.
Well, the reviews weren't very kind to it either.
because DC is fucking
Yeah.
not
Well, I
doing
mean,
well,
here's
so.
what. Can I ask a question though? Like, it has like a 70-something%. Why is that considered not good anymore on Rotten Tomatoes? Remember, like back in the day, if you saw like a action movie or a horror movie and it was like, oh, 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, like it'd be
If
like,
it's
oh shit,
straight up, like,
dude,
I'll
it's
watch it.
stupid now. It's fucking retarded.
If I base it by that, I will watch a movie as long as it doesn't have that green splatter mark. Like, it could be 60, 70, 80% Rotten Tomatoes. Like, if, man, I would even say, I'd say like 40 and below, 40 and above, I would watch it, even if it said like 40%.
But
Like,
I mean like mainstream movies though, like that last Doctor Strange movie. It's like in the 70s and people are like, "Man, what's with all the bad reviews?" It's like, "Fuck you." Like it's fine. Like for like if like there are how many gems from the 80s and 90s had like if Rotten Tomatoes were a thing back then would be like, in the 40s or 30s or like even worse than
the whole entirety of the 90s would
it's
be
so
that.
fucking retarded. Like I hate that. I hate that when people are like, "Oh man, it got bad reviews because it's in the 70s on Rotten Tomatoes." It's like, no, that's passable. You fucking jagoff. Like it doesn't make any sense.
The 90s made a lot of goofy things. So if Rotten Tomatoes was around the 90s, everything would be like 40s.
Yeah, but yeah, like basically. Oh, one more point to Mark's movie there, the Harley Quinn movie. Awesome performance by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Like I forgot what her character's name is, but she's hilarious because she's like a badass in the movie. But they show her like trying to talk shit in the mirror, and she's like, "Hey, didn't think you could." Oh shit! Like she's so like awkward. Like, she's like literally like socially awkward when it comes to talking shit, but such like a badass character. I thought that was cool.
I'm definitely gonna have to check that out at some point.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely
watch Doctor Strange.
All right.
What you eating?
I feel bad for going on a tangent there.
Oh, sorry.
Just,
I just hear
Chris is just like I'm pulling on my Skittles.
grape Sour Patch Kids.
just ASMR with Chris eating fucking candy.
All right, who's going next?
Baby.
Oh my god.
You want me to go next?
Sure.
All right.
Just talk.
All right. So Mark, and Chris have very similar tastes in terms of what are the best like Batman movies. What are the best like
Batman and Robin, baby.
Batman. Come on. Hey, Mark, have a nice freeze out.
It's actually a pretty good impression. Holy shit.
Have a nice chill, asshole. No, sorry. But no, I'm gonna go a little different route just so we're not all choosing the same shit. I'm gonna bring up the show Smallville.
Never seen it.
You've never seen it. It's then you're missing out. Like if you like shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, then I have no idea why anyone would dislike this show. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a very it's as campy as it gets. Super campy. Chris chooses candy and his his appreciation of the show.
I'm just letting you talk.
No, I really like the show though. It's Tom Welling's one of my favorites. Superman, like he's never quite Superman until the end, but he is Superman. That makes sense. Like
spoiler.
Clark Kent, but
I didn't know what. I'm joking. I know it's a show about Superman.
Fuck is
do we really wait?
Man.
Like, is it really all?
Sounds like a gay porn made out of small dicks. Like,
wait, what?
What? What just happened?
What?
No, I said it. I said Smallville sounds like a gay porn made out of small dicks. But, get it?
Oh my god.
But no, I really like this show. It has an excellent Lex Luthor. It has again, like one of my favorite like Clark Kents in it. The thing is though, it's like it has the same stigma as a lot of these TV shows from back in the day, where it's super campy, and it will introduce like characters, you know, like they introduce like Brainiac, they introduce like so many like random characters from the Superman universe that you wouldn't think about, but they're not done particularly well. It's awesome though. Like I'll always love this show. Uh, it's probably gonna be best known for the one female character in it starting a sex cult, uh, which she did.
Yeah.
It's called Nixium. I was
It's
shocked too.
it's the girl that plays like one of the most wholesome people in the whole show too. It's really weird.
Dude, she looks like the most wholesome blonde lady you have ever seen in your life. But yeah, turns out yeah.
Sounds
Thanks for
rad.
fucking my childhood memories.
My experience with Smallville is when DVDs started kind of like making way for Blu-ray, so DVDs were like really cheap. I had a Netflix subscription, you know, the one where you get the stuff in the mail, and I would rent them all the discs and burn them and just keep doing that, sending them back till I got a full season. And I got to season 5 of this show, and then I had to exit watching this show because it got just ridiculously bad, in my opinion.
You got to season 5 though. There's no such thing as getting to season 5 of a show and like being like, you know what I mean?
It was like 5 or 6 because the guy that played Lex Luthor left, and the girl that played Lana Lang left. And I was like, man, and I tried to watch it, and I'm like, man, this is fucking bad. Like, this sucks without these people.
Chris is like, and then Tom Welling cut his hair, and then I couldn't forgive the show, and then
what I did
that
the
son of a bitch.
One thing I heard, and the thing that I do like about the show, is that they really tried to not distract you with the fact that this is basically a show that should be called Superman, but it's not. And they made it a hard point. They made it a hard point that they said, I mean,
dude,
it did not stay true, but they did say that they never wanted to show the lead character in a Superman costume as long as the show was on. So,
well, dude, it is a teen show, like heads, like, you know, head above shoulders. It is a fucking teen show. For better and forward, and like in a lot of good ways. Like when you're a kid watching it, like it's like, all right, I get into this. Like it's fine. That's why I brought it up though, like because looking back, it's like, yeah, I know it's not a good show, but like looking back on it, I look at back on the same way I look at like, you know, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like fucking like shows like that. Like it's
right.
It's like, yeah, I'm kind of a bitch for watching it, but I still liked it. So, you know, that's my little DC pick for here. I don't want to go through you know, through too many movies or whatnot.
Well, my number 10. This is tough. I'm just going off the top of the head. I'm just gonna name shit.
It's a good idea.
It's gonna be.
I didn't know we were going through 10. I thought it was 5.
I don't know. I'm just fucking throwing. I'm just gonna throw shit out there. Man, there are so many great DC movies. You know what? All right.
Because you're looking off into space as you say that. So many great ones. Man, I don't even have to mention them. Chris out.
If there was, all right, if we're starting lower, I'm going to say, you know what? Batman Forever, man. I fucking like Batman Forever.
Hell yeah, dude. Awesome movie.
It's
anyone? Anybody who says it's not is a fucking piece of shit, I think.
I just hate Tommy Lee Jones's character. That's it. The rest.
I've said it before. I've said
Tommy
like
Lee Jones, I can't stand in that movie.
I said it like 10 times. Like Joel Schumacher had the right idea when in this movie when he wanted to mix the camp and the like seriousness of Batman, but then after that it was like nope, full fucking camp. And like I liked both mixed together. I don't like one or the other. When it's campy, I just watched the old ass Batman show because they did that fucking perfectly. That Batman and Robin, not so perfectly. But Batman Forever is the perfect blend of both. To me.
Dude, I think it's a really good Batman movie. But Mark, you just said you're like, oh, I can't. Mark just said, I can't stand Tommy Lee Jones in this movie. So you're like the opposite of Tommy Lee Jones towards Jim Carrey when they were making it.
Yeah, I cannot sanction Tommy Lee Jones's buffoonery in this movie.
Well, no, I just like that the whole like backstage thing was like Tommy Lee Jones hated Jim Carrey for how over the top he was being.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. It looked
that's
like
what made the movie work.
Fucking taking notes from Jim Carrey.
Dude, yeah. Could you imagine if the movie was just so stone solemn, like as opposed to how it was? Because it is a fun movie. It's like whatever. It's not the best Batman movie. Who gives a shit? It's a Batman movie. And Val Kilmer, dude. Come on.
I think Jim Carrey is fucking loads better than Tommy Lee Jones in this movie.
Yeah.
Fucking Tommy Lee Jones. It was the worst casting for a fucking Harvey Dent I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
It could have been good if Tommy Lee Jones had played like the straight man to Jim Carrey's like kind of over the top, and that was their dynamic. It could have been really funny, and Tommy Lee Jones could have been like very deadpan kind of humor, like kind of like how he is in like Men in Black. If he kind of brought that to Two-Face, I think it could have been it could have been a really good performance, honestly.
Well, guys, do you ever wonder if he saw that makeup and like was like, all right, okay, I guess this is the kind of movie it's gonna be? Because he does have like a grotesque like Two-Face makeup in that movie, but at the same time, like we were saying before, like it is kind of comical. Like it's very
campy.
That's not how a burn victim would work. It's like how he looks more like a character from like fucking Freaks, or you know what I mean? Like
his face is like comically pink and shit.
It's like very it's more over the top than realistic.
Yeah, it's like that half of his face is like Ivan Ooze and Freddy Krueger like fucked.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Batman I thought Val Kilmer did a good job. I mean, like I said,
still a great
I name it because it's the perfect amount of both of the kinds of Batmans we'd seen up until that point, which was Michael Keaton and the Batman 66 TV show. And I think it very much blended those two things together perfectly. And why it was the Batman movie I liked during that time.
Whenever people talk about it, they always talk about Jim Carrey, and I think it's for a good reason, dude. Because Jim Carrey, like, had the complete antithesis from like the Riddler that we got like in the movie that came out this year, like, and basically like how I think they both did amazing jobs, but Jim Carrey was like the most cartoony, Riddler. That you couldn't have, but I mean that in the best way possible, like because he was trying to be cartoony, he was trying to be like a fucking like like a goofy motherfucker. So I don't know, like I completely agree. Batman Forever is like one of my. I'll never say a bad thing about that movie.
Why would you do that? What?
And a fire ass soundtrack, boys, and a fire ass soundtrack,
baby.
Oh shit! I said Batman Forever, and Mark just fucking got up and left.
No, my cat has figured out how to open doors.
Oh, sweet.
Interesting. Okay.
My cat has figured out how to play "Kissed by a Rose" by Seal on my.
That would be so cool. But yeah, so yeah.
How freaked out would you be if you did that?
What if your cat
just behind you? It just hits like it's by your stereo. It's just like. Corey,
it would be fucking hilarious if your cat just popped up over your shoulder right now and started going ba da 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 da. Da, da,
Da 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 da.
Mark,
Mark's
next,
cat's a
man?
big Steel fan. Not a lot of people know that.
So so what, my turn?
Yes.
So for me, my number 9, I guess, is a animated Batman movie, and it is actually um Batman. Well, I don't know if it's technically like a Batman movie. I don't know. It's Assault on Arkham, Suicide Squad, adult or Assault on Arkham. Well,
Oh
it's
shit,
a
yeah,
DC
that was
movie, not
cool.
Batman
Fuck
movie.
yeah.
I've seen that.
So, but yeah,
That
Assault
one is
on
cool.
Arkham. If anyone has ever seen it, it's a really
Cool.
good DC movie, animated DC movie. It's a very high octane.
Spoiler alert for it, possibly. Is it the one where it turns out like towards the finale that Batman was like pretending to be a guard or somebody else?
Yeah, Batman pretends to be a guard at one point in that movie.
Okay. Yeah. I think
Yeah, and then Deadshot and Harley Quinn are like very flirtatious throughout the movie.
yeah.
Joker is kind of like in and out. He's basically Assault on Arkham is what I think a lot of people thought the first Suicide Squad movie was gonna be.
Yeah. The first Suicide Squad movie, that's the less said the better.
But yeah, so we'll just kind of brush through some of these until we get to like our top 3. We don't have to
My
spend a lot of
favorite part,
time.
you know what my favorite part of the first Suicide Squad movie was? When they told Will Smith that all the guys in that on New York City told him that they were saying shit about his wife. And then that's why he came. Sorry.
Wow, dude. It was a GI.
You're really
soon,
going
bro.
for it. You're really going for it today, Boomer.
Too soon, yeah. Yes.
All right. It's
It was a
Corey.
G.I. Jane joke.
But I don't know. Like, if you like, can I ask you though, like, honest question? Do you think it's a better Suicide Squad movie than the James Gunn one that came out?
Well, I mean, obviously not, but I still have fun with it. It's bad. Like the first Suicide Squad movie is bad, and I don't even know if the Ayer cut will actually really improve that much. I understand that it was.
Is that actually happening, or
no? It's not. I understand that it was.
Unless they do it. Release the Ayer cut, cowards.
we say Ayer cut, bro?
Yeah, the Ayer cut has fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Yeah.
You remember that movie that he made with fucking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was like some ensemble cast.
Hey, I'm the leader of a ragtag group. I'm a leader of a ragtag group of assassins. Yeah.
All right, Corey, what's your number 9?
Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't mean to. Did I cut you off with that?
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean
just
to.
letting you know.
I really didn't mean to. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Actually, oddly enough, it's gonna be the Suicide Squad that came out last year, last August. Not gonna lie, one of my favorite, not only DC but like any kind of like superhero movie, like the movie in general. I hate like bringing. And here's the thing, like when it comes to these superhero movies, I hate comparing and contrasting because there's so many that I like that like on paper people are like, oh man, that kind of sucked. It's like I kind of enjoy it. It's like, like even that last Suicide Squad movie that you mentioned, like I mean, it's not a good movie. It's a bad movie, but like Will Smith is awesome in it. Like Will Smith, like when they first give him guns and whatever, that's an awesome scene in that first Suicide Squad movie. I don't care what anybody says. That's a really cool scene. This new Suicide Squad though movie, the one that came out last August, it's so fluid and awesome. Like it's just as good as I think. Yeah, like I think it's just as good as like, any other of James Gunn's work, like Guardians of the Galaxy or anything. Like it's for different reasons, but dude, it's really fun. It introduces like not just one or two, but like a handful of awesome characters, which, dude, come on, how many of these superhero ensemble movies have introduced multiple cool characters like in the same movie without like prior introduction? Like seriously, how many of them have done that? Not a lot of them.
Right.
And Suicide Squad, like fucking, there's a character named Polka Dot Man who anybody who's watching this has seen this movie probably, so I'm not gonna spoil it. He gets killed in the last act, but he has a genuine arc about like him seeing his fucking mother, like when it like comes to like anything like stressful or whatever, like it's just like his fucking chubby ass like fucking social look social working looking mother. Sorry, I can talk. Um but yeah, like I don't know. There's so much to love about this movie. Like Idris Elba is like, as much as I liked Will Smith in that first movie. Again, that first one's not a good movie, but I did like Will Smith. Um Idris Elba, like he genuinely brings like a real fucking character to the table. One of my favorite parts of the movie is when he's arguing with his daughter over her getting arrested for stealing a phone that's like has a TV on it or something in the beginning. And they're literally just going like, fuck you, no, fuck you. And then Idris Elba in the middle of the fuck yous is just like, fuck you. It's so fucking good. I again, like I really love this movie. John Cena, who fucking I think kind of reinvents himself a lot in between this and fucking Peacemaker, uh is awesome. Dude, yeah. I love
fucking rules, dude.
dude John Cena, like any shit I gave John Cena in like the mid 2000s there, I take back, like just due to Peacemaker alone, because he is so fucking cool as Peacemaker. Like between this movie and the show. Like I was gonna say Peacemaker instead of this, but they're kind of one and the same. But awesome fucking, probably the most fun DC movie, I would say.
All right.
And in my opinion. So
All right, mine's gonna be my next one is gonna be Mask of the Phantasm. It's an animated movie.
So good.
Pretty fucking fantastic, yes. We can all agree there. It got like it didn't do very well, and not enough people saw it, but everyone appreciated it. Appreciated enough to where today I have a Blu-ray of it, and they can't animate a Batman show or a movie that is not in that style. I mean, they have, but the preferred style of animation is that animated series animation forever. Like, not that they don't do a good job animating other ways, different styles or whatever, but that is the best and will always be the best, hands down.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Can I ask though? Did you see it in the theaters as a kid, or did you see it on home video?
No, I saw it on home video.
Like, I think it went over my head as a kid, like, cause I did watch like the Batman animated series, but it has like a kind of like a rich story, or like you know what I mean, like a pretty layered story to it. So I think when I saw it as a kid, I kind of went over my head. Then I saw it as an adult, and I was like, oh shit, this is actually.
Well, for kids, I think when you're younger, it's like, oh, that's just a long ass episode. Like kids have that. When you're a kid, you have that span where they just hit you with half hour shows, and like I think them making a movie like that, maybe it didn't bring the kids out so much, or they were just bored with it really quickly. I don't know.
There's an awesome scene in it too, in the very beginning, because again, like it has higher product. It's a very, like you said, like it's a very much high production value version of the animated TV show. But there's a scene in it that I always loved the scene where like Batman takes out a bunch of like suits in a fucking like office or whatever, and one of them's laying like underneath a desk, and you can still see like the guy's still like kind of awake and squirming or whatever, and Batman's walking past him and he just stomps on the desk and fucking knocks the dude out. It's so fucking cool. It's like one of my favorite like Batman the Animated Series moments.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's
Hey.
So, okay.
Recording in progress.
Recording in progress.
All right. So,
Recording in progress. Wait, is it my turn or?
yeah, Corey, you go really quick, and then I'll
Okay.
just go after you.
All right. Another one. Like, again, because when going into this, I thought we would all be like, "Oh, Batman '89, like totally the best DC." Like, we all have like very similar like tastes when it comes to like these kind of movies. But I'm gonna mention another obscure one. It's not obscure; it's actually very popular. But Doom Patrol, the DC Universe TV show.
Yep.
A, I love the show. B, right. Oh my god, I was such a huge fan of Brendan Fraser when I was like a fucking kid, and to see him back here in full form, like not just like fucking like back in just a role that he's like popular with. No, Brendan Fraser steals this fucking show, like in his voice as like not just in like the flashbacks as his own like because he plays an overweight NASCAR driver like when he was a human.
He plays Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights.
Well, dude, like even that, like he's very like he's just kind of a fuck up of a father, of a human being, of a husband, and then he ends up dying in a car accident. He ends up coming back as a or his, you know, his mentality is brought back as a robot, and he ends up in this bizarre group of superheroes. One is a failed 1950s actress who is essentially like Reed Richards, like she can like stretch out her like limbs and whatnot. One of them's like dude who was burned as shit when he was an aviator. One of them was oh god, actually one of my favorite ones. She's I'm trying to think of what it's actually called nowadays, but she's a schizophrenic with multiple personalities, but every personality has a fucking different power. And I remember the first time I remember the first time they show it though, like she tells like one of the characters to go fuck themselves, but like the words produce themselves out of her mouth, like it says "go fuck yourself," and they all turn into projectiles and like fucking launch themselves at him. Yeah, I like the Doom Patrol. It's a very it's like so many shows now. It's like the Umbrella Academy and like so many shows now. But I do like it.
Yeah,
I'm always weird about recommending shows, but I like them. They're you know I genuinely had a lot of fun with this show, mainly due to Brendan Fraser. So good to see the motherfucker back. You know, I'm a Fraser.
I have yet another animated movie, the Flashpoint movie.
Oh hell yeah!
Which I don't know. After this, I think I'm just gonna name like my top 3 because this is my favorite DC animated movie. So damn good.
Yeah,
it's essentially the multi. It's like Marvel when the multiverse opens, like different versions of the characters come through the cracks, or the characters like Bruce Wayne, Batman, whatever, like go to the other, like one of the other universes, and there's different versions of them. Like that universe's Batman is actually Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's dad, and his mom ends up being the Joker, and it ends up that Bruce Wayne actually got killed when he was a child. And in that universe, those are the versions of Batman and Martha Wayne. Like Martha Wayne is the Joker.
Dude, I remember being so confused watching that. Like, I was like,
oh yeah,
wait,
dude,
why is she?
I mean,
Why is she the Joker?
like
That was awesome.
they take the stories that are written and just make them into movies. Essentially, like they do have original ones that they've made, but most of these DC animated movies are based off stories from the DC universe. So, but yeah, I get it. I get how it can be, because I don't know. I kind of knew about it, but then I was like, well, seems like a cool concept. So I never read the story, but I watched that movie, and it's one of my favorite DC movies, animated movies. Or no, it is probably my favorite DC animated movie that they've ever made, because there is a scene at the end where everything wraps up, and some point in the movie, like I think Flash or somebody says that, like, in my Flash, like in my universe, Bruce Wayne is Batman. So then he tells that to the Batman that's Batman's dad. And at the end, there's a scene Flash and Batman have a talk and whatever, and then Flash leaves, but he left like a note, and it was a note from Thomas Wayne to Bruce Wayne, like father to son, and it was crazy. I was like, this is an animated movie. How dare you? Like,
how dare you pull
really,
the bear?
Like, it's just like most of the times when I watch an animated movie, I don't expect it to be like, I have to put myself in a different mindset for an animated movie most of the time. Like, but this movie was like an actual movie, but the difference,
there's not a lot of suicide notes in animated movies.
Huh?
There's not a lot of suicide notes in animated movies. Gotta give it that.
No. But yeah, that's mine. That's my next one. Anybody got anything to say if you've seen it? I don't know.
Yeah, Flashpoint was
yeah.
Flashpoint was gonna be on my list also, because yeah, like I love Flashpoint. I think it's just an awesome movie. It's animated really well. The story is like super crazy. I love the Martha Wayne Joker twist and Thomas Wayne being like the Batman who kills and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's cool. All because everything got all fucked up because that goddamn Flash wanted to save his mom.
Yeah.
Do you think it's weird that the fictional version of Flash managed to fuck things up less than the reality version of Ezra Miller Flash? Sorry. Like, I think that's kind of weird. Like, that's his own Flashpoint. Like, there's a good version of Ezra Miller out there. It's like, he's like, you're fucking up my career. He just shows up at like a fucking Hollywood party or whatever.
What if one of the Flashes goes into the multiverse and just fucking snaps Ezra Miller's neck and he just doesn't exist?
You're fucking up our movie deal, asshole.
You're fucking it up for all the Flashes, you son of a bitch.
You're fucking every. Hey, do we need to talk about Kevin? Come here. Oh fuck. Yeah. All right. Ezra Miller, fuck you for doing that.
Hey Mark, how's it going? You got a movie you want to talk about so I can stop laughing?
Yeah. So well, all right. Fuck going top 10, all that shit. Just DC.
Dude,
movies.
yeah, like, I'm not doing that at all. Like, just DC in general. What do you like?
So, Joker, 2019. Love that movie. It's amazing.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very excited for Joker 2, Folie à Deux, whatever, however you say it. I'm excited.
Hot Shots Part 2.
It's gonna be awesome. Joaquin Phoenix is he's the fucking man. The movie is, Taxi Driver meets King of Comedy meets DC, and it's it's just such a great movie. It's filmed incredibly. Yeah, like come on. It's not really that complex of a film. It's pretty straightforward. Aside from like kind of like the ambiguity of whether or not Joaquin Phoenix is being truthful with, the reliable narrator or the unreliable narrator, but it's just an awesome movie with a lot of Joker stuff. And so,
yeah, dude.
Well, I mean,
I agree.
like,
Also on my list.
well, I mean, with the Joker though, that one that just came out, how cool is it? Like, what they can do. My voice has been high. How cool is it with what they can do going forward though with that? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
with
dude,
that
it's gonna be a
character, like
musical.
he,
Sequel is gonna
you
be
you
a
you can
musical.
you can make another psychological fucking horror movie, which is essentially what the Joker was. You can make another one of those, or you can like and place them into a Batman movie, which is fucking like, you know what I mean though? Like they aren't gonna place them into a Batman movie.
I do like the fact that
You can do anything you want with that character.
that the Joker was not just a standalone film to introduce some new version of the Joker. I like that it's kind of its own thing. It doesn't.
Well, every impactful scene in that movie though worked. Like when he was getting bullied by those guys on the train, he ends up like fucking killing all three of them. Wait, crap.
Where
I'm
am
back.
I? Oh, I'm here. Hi, sorry.
No, like the scene where he takes out the three guys on the train, like that is such like watching that for the first time, it's like, okay, I'm kind of getting like the best kind of origin movies are the ones where have those scenes where it's like, oh, I get it now, like it makes sense, because that's kind of why I think that movie works so well. Like, he's getting bullied, he's getting the shit kicked out of him on the street while he's like twirling a sign. He's, he can't even like go home on the train without getting accosted by like a bunch of fucking like, yuppies and whatnot. That's probably why it's, regardless of whether you think like, oh, this is a good Joker origin. I think it's a really like well-made movie.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
at its core, like it's so like well done and so well acted. So, and it makes you wanna see like this Joker again in something, like whether it's just a solo movie again or like movie. So
your turn, fuckwad.
Oh wait, my turn.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I guess I'm the fuckwad in the scenario. Okay, Chris. Let me see. Have you heard of a character named Swamp Thing?
Oh, yes, I have.
Again, I don't want to like go into like fucking like shit we're all gonna name. So I'm gonna name the short-lived series Swamp Thing.
Dick Durock.
Dude, I love the show. What the fuck? Why
awesome.
did it have to end? Why did it have to end, Chris? Is that somehow your fault?
Because it was on USA.
No, the Swamp Thing that just came out like a couple of years ago. Like,
oh, the one on HBO.
Yes. Why the fuck would I name the other one? God damn it! Like, one is way better than the other.
Because there are other Swamp Thing shows. I don't know.
Why the fuck? Yeah. Yes, the obscure show from the 1990s. I'd like to list. I have my 10-part argument about why it doesn't work.
Hey, this new Swamp Thing didn't have a toy line, motherfucker. So yeah, I thought you were
talking apparently. Hey, but you know what it did have is a fucking storyline, so it fucking worked. I love this new Swamp Thing. It lasted literally one season and it was so fucking good. God damn it. I hate the fact that it had to end so quickly. To give you if you're not familiar with Swamp Thing at all, not a lot of the iterations of it are good. Some of them are campy fun. Like the second movie with Heather Locklear, like that's a stupid movie, but it's a lot of fun. The first movie by Wes Craven, it's not Wes Craven.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's not. This version though follows the exact same story of like Swamp Thing. God, but it's so much better done. Like the guy who actually turns to Swamp Thing, he's not like a scientist in this. He's just kind of like a dickhead photographer, but actually is like a decent person. You find that out before he gets tossed into the swamp and fucking killed and turned into a swamp beast. But this show has such like fucking cool visuals. It has Swamp Thing fighting like another swamp monster like every episode, and it's always gory as shit. In one episode, I think it's the third episode, a character who's he's a just a dickhead henchman or whatever, a forgettable character. He gets torn apart by vines, and in the second episode, a creature in the forest reassembles all his limbs or whatever, so he comes back as like this fucked up like mollusk creature because he has like the creatures that turn him back are like mollusks, and they're coming out of his eyes and shit, and like that's what Swamp Thing is fighting, and it's all the whole fight is lit by a fucking like flare basically, and it is so fucking cool. Like that's the kind of shit that I watch like shows like this for.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have the it doesn't have the best resolution for a one series show, unfortunately. Um all the characters are cool though. It kind of I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. Like it kind of ties things together uh a little. It's not like that show The Bear that we just watched that ties things together pretty nicely by the end, but it fucking like it ends fine, but like all the over the top aspects of the show are fucking insane and cool.
Yeah.
And that's what Swamp Thing should be, in my opinion. So that's
Swamp Thing is Derek Mears.
Yes. Derek Mears.
I think I'm just gonna get into the thick of it. Name like my tops now. It's hard. I shuffle this order so much. Like I want everything here to be number one. But I'm gonna go with the Batman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck we can say about this movie, but
that's my Batman. Number one favorite DC movie. Not even gonna front with you.
It's the Batman.
I mean, that's when he said like name 10 of them. I was like, bro, we're all gonna be interchanging like between, you know,
yeah,
between all these. But it's again like I don't think you can argue. Like you can argue about storyline points or whatever, or who the best Batman villain is, but I think the best Batman is Robert Pattinson in the suit. You know, because like he's so like fucking he's not over the top with it. He's just kind of like he seems Robert Pattinson whenever he's in the suit, he just seems more pissed off than anything. Or aggravated. Yeah. Like he just seems those are his two that's what Batman should be. He's just kind of like fucking like anytime he like comes across anything, he's just more like he's not nonplussed by a lot. The only time you ever see Robert Pattinson surprised in the Batman suit is when he starts saying Bruce Wayne, Bruce, or you know that whole misdirect where
oh yeah
like yeah, that's the only time you ever see him kind of be like, oh shit, like yeah, dude, I completely agree though. Like definitely uh probably one of the most Batman movies that pissed me off, just how people were like complaining how dark it was. Like people have been complaining for years about how there isn't like a dark enough Batman, and then we finally get one, and then people are like complaining about it. It's like, all right,
yeah,
I don't know what to tell you. Just have fucking fun doing whatever the fuck
I
you're doing.
I can tell you that everything about this movie is amazing. Everything.
Yeah,
Everything about it. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah,
thing.
it's like I know we talked about it before on the show. It's like it there's not a lot to complain about when it comes to this movie. I just don't get it.
Nope.
No, it's I mean, it's a movie that it's a detective story. It's an awesome Batman story. Like all the acting from everyone is so memorable and so great. The cinematography is fucking gorgeous. Like I'm sure I don't know, come award season, the cinematography in this movie is gonna get some sort of recognition. It's just like it's a movie that is pretty close to flawless. Like aside from maybe like one or two nitpicks, it's can't say anything bad about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like looking back at some people have complained like, man, he's such a dick to Alfred in this movie. It's like, yeah, but Alfred always puts him in his place, like whenever he talks shit.
Well,
Like
plus
even
there's an
when he's
arc with
making
him and Alfred where they kind of
yes, yeah.
they reconcile.
Yeah, like that's but at the same point, that's like Alfred's whole point. Like it's cool that they did something different with Alfred and with such like a good actor as Andy Serkis. Like they kind of like made it so like he's kind of like because Bruce is kind of like a dipshit to him like to begin with, but like Alfred basically puts him in his place when it comes to like when he kind of corners him when he's like it you know tough guy thing cornering somebody who's laying in a hospital bed. Uh, like he basically tells him it's like, no, your dad was a good man. He just made some shitty decisions, and I never fucking lied to you. Like it's such a good fucking scene that, and it's probably one of my favorite. And I'm not like shitting on the guy that played Alfred in like the initial first four Batman movies, but it's cool though, like just to see him like fucking like Alfred like be kind of in Bruce Wayne's face. It's like, no, your dad was a good man. Like I fucking told you. Like that was good. Like that was cool. Like that was like actually really fucking cool to see like in a Batman movie. And like some people shit on Pattinson's I will never shit on his Batman. Like his Bruce Wayne is like whatever. Like
You don't see
the
enough
whole
of it.
well, that's what I mean. Like that's what I don't get about
there's not enough to even judge. He's
well,
like barely
that's
out
what I mean. Like
he's
I don't
barely
get
out of the
about
fucking suit. Man's
isn't
barely
the whole
out of the suit.
isn't the whole point like he says it like multiple times in the movies like I don't go out anymore. Like this is how somebody who doesn't a vigilante who goes out at night, he doesn't go out anymore. He doesn't give a shit about his personal appearance or how he
he's
fucking
not,
like
he's not gonna be feeling real good ever because
he's like so
kicked out of him.
Dude, he's pulling Corey Hart and wearing sunglasses indoors and shit. Like he doesn't give a shit. Like he even says it in the movies. Like I don't like when he says like, "Oh, you have to go meet with these people." He's like, "It's like I don't care about that."
He's like,
that's the whole point. He doesn't give a shit about his like.
Why'd you tell him to come here?
He doesn't. That's the coolest thing though about a movie called The Batman because it's not called The Bruce Wayne because he doesn't give a shit about Bruce Wayne. And I thought that was the coolest thing about it.
Yeah.
Awesome movie. Yeah, I agree though. Fucking amazing, amazing movie.
Yeah.
Fuck, is it my turn again?
Yeah.
I don't have one. I thought we were only doing 5.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're not doing
I threw the Batman out there, so I mean, we can continue to talk about that because I only really have one other one.
Batman 89.
Oh, I got one. Actually, I got one.
What? What is it?
What?
It's gonna blow your minds. This is gonna blow your dick all the way back to your fucking skulls. All right.
Oh shit!
The Lego Batman movie.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Steel with Shaquille O'Neal. That would have blown my mind.
Hey,
Lego.
Hammer time. It's hammer time. But no, I'll name
The Batman movie is good though. That's a really fun.
I genuinely kind of love this movie a lot. Actually,
it's very hectic. It is a
Well,
lot coming at you very fast.
the thing, it's the thing I loved about it is it's just one giant reference to everything you loved about previous Batman movies.
Oh yeah, and it pokes fun at the stuff that you didn't like about him too.
Yeah. I just love that scene in the beginning where he's like choosing like assault features in the Batmobile, and the one is like, "Let's get nuts." That's so fucking cool.
Yeah,
That song he sings is pretty great too.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
don't bother
Will
to
Arnett is
stare
just
because
he's
I'm
a
a
good
millionaire. It's so good, dude. But no, like in all honesty though, it is a good Batman movie because it makes fun of the fact that Batman and Joker basically have like a fucking like pansexual relationship going on where it's like the Joker's like the whole point of this movie is Joker hates that Batman doesn't give a shit about him anymore. So it's basically like a relationship movie, but it includes so much stuff from Batman in general, like his different it includes all his like rogues gallery, all that shit. Uh it includes like, Batgirl, Alfred and Robin and everything. But everything's so well done and so like more so on his side of the spectrum, like Alfred's played by Ray Fiennes. Fuck, the kid from Superbad plays
Michael
Robin.
Cera.
Michael Cera, yeah.
Yeah. And then Zach
And again, like,
Galifianakis is Joker.
yeah, and he's super good too. He's
Yeah.
so like it's the most like insecure Joker too. It makes it like so much more funny. Also though, like again, like it's played for goofy, but there's a scene in it where Alfred flies up or falls off the side of the Batwing, and you think Alfred's gonna die, and you see like Batman like reacting to it. That is a genuinely good fucking like scene, like like from any Batman movie. It's like I thought that was super well done, especially when it's all done by like uh Legos of all things.
Yeah.
But I thought and dude, Will Arnett is so fucking fun. Like he's funny, but he plays like a good Batman at the same time. Like he's like he's narrating the fucking opening logos. It's like, yeah, Warner Brothers, the house Batman built. It's just funny, dude. Like yeah, but I absolutely love that movie. I love the first Lego movie too, but
Hell yeah, dude.
For sure.
but yeah, Lego Batman.
Yeah.
Fist bump. That's my shit. That was my segue off, by the way.
I'm just looking at what the hell Chris is doing.
I'm just waving my hands in the air like I just don't care.
There's somebody pointing a gun at Chris off camera. He's being the strangered.
Yeah, I'm the stranger. Well, this is it right here for me. It's Batman 89.
Yeah, I think we can end it with Batman 89. That's a good one to end.
We gotta end it with this.
This is the one. This is the first time. I'm pretty sure this is like I was real little when this happened, but I'm pretty sure this was like the first big deal superhero movie ever.
Well, since
no. Superman was 78. I don't know about the shit with that because I was not born yet, but I know Batman 89 was like you went to school and I feel like they handed you Batman merchandise when you went to school. This is how hard they were pushing this fucking thing. This thing was global. Fucking everything you had was Batman. You'd fucking go to McDonald's, you get a Batman cup, you fucking get school supplies, everything. You got Batman erasers, everything, clothes, toys, fucking toothbrushes, all that shit. They were like Batman. They put all their fucking chips in on that shit, and it was a summer blockbuster like a motherfucker. And this movie didn't disappoint not one fucking person.
It's so good.
Can I ask though, like, because you grew up around that time though, like the Michael Keaton casting, was it like as controversial as it like, seemed at the
I don't
time?
know.
Like sometimes
I
they
don't.
show like videos, people are like, oh, he's only like 5'10", and
They're
Batman's supposed to be
like,
6'4".
oh, Mr. Mom's gonna be Batman.
Yeah.
Guess what? The beautiful thing about this is that I was 8 years old, and I didn't give a fuck about whose
Yeah.
face. I didn't
Like,
give a fuck about whose face it was. It
when I
was a
first saw it, I
fucking
didn't give a
suit.
shit either.
It was a guy in a fucking suit, and he was Batman, bro. And I also was very young, so I didn't like. It's not like I could pop on the internet and be like, watch everybody talk shit. I also that time it was like tabloid entertainment shows, and I
Yeah.
didn't watch that shit, so I have no idea. But I do know there was like a thing, like a little like
Yeah,
rumblings
like a
about
backlash of it. But
much
that's
like
the thing,
today,
though.
when they much like today when they cast somebody as some character people like, and they're like, oh, this fucking guy, bad.
Well, it kind of parallels Robert Pattinson like being Batman now, like because
It also,
there was
it
that
also,
whole like, oh
you also liken it to fucking Heath Ledger being cast as the Joker. And everybody's like, oh, the guy from 10 Things I Hate About
yeah,
You.
yeah, he's too skinny to be. Oh wait, Joker's supposed to be skinny. I shouldn't have
Shit, I
thought
gotta
that.
think of another.
I
gotta think of
started
another
that
shitty
criticism before I thought it through. What do you call it though?
But
Like, yeah, like I get what you're saying though. Like, 89 Batman is, in my opinion, it's still the best Batman, but I still think like there's certain, that's what I like hate about or love and hate about like the series. Like there's a better Batman here, but there's like a less better, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I just
everything,
like that.
every movie, every one of the movies that they've made so far, there are things that you can take away from them, things that you like
Yeah.
more than that they did in other movies, and or less.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's
at
like
the end of the day, it's still Batman. So like,
Yes.
it's
yeah,
still
yeah.
good.
But like when it comes to well done Batman, it's like art. You know what I mean? Especially like on screen and whatnot. It's like, yeah, I think 89 Batman might still be my favorite movie, but it's weird because like Pattinson's probably still my favorite Batman. Like it's weird, but you don't like it doesn't make you dislike any movie more. It's just kind of like, oh shit, I kind of just love all this shit a little bit more.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
and I mean controversial opinion here, but Jack Nicholson is my favorite live action Joker. Like I love Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger is amazing. I've said this many times. Heath Ledger is the only good part about The Dark Knight. But again, all my opinion. But Jack Nicholson is he's so iconic and he's so fun and scary at the same time, and he's hilarious, and I love his suits. And,
Yeah, you know what's funny? When I was like in the 3rd grade, we were supposed to have like this Batman themed guy like show up and like talk to us about not what to do drugs in our school. And like I guess the guy ended up like he turned out he was on drugs or whatever, so he just didn't show up, and like we were all just sitting there whatever, and like the teachers were talking about it. Like this kid James was like, when they were like, where the hell is he? He's like, he's at home washing his tights.
But yeah, anything else to say about Batman 89?
Love it. One of the best. One of the, it's definitely iconic, but you have to give it's a lot of its iconography is from its the fact that it's or from 89, like it's had a lot of years for people to be nostalgic about it, so it's hard to compare it to the new Batman.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there's
it's very different. It's very different from that.
never
This has one of the two. This has one of the two best Harvey Dents, which is Billy D. Williams, and then Thomas Jane was the other one.
Yeah, Thomas Jane was a good. Well, that's what I mean. Like people, as much as people shit on The Dark Knight, it's like, it's the.
I don't think anyone shits
it's
on the Dark
shiny-
Knight. Wait a second. I think I'm like the only person that's ever shit on the Dark Knight.
Think of it though, it's like the shiny part in like a double-sided kind of shit sandwich. Because I did like the first Batman Begins. It was fine, but it's a very imperfect Batman movie. Second one, like you said, like if it didn't have Heath Ledger as or blah, 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 Heath Ledger as the Joker, like it probably would not be nearly as memorable. The third one, like I actually like Tom Hardy as Bane. Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
dude,
That
I
would
hate
be
that when I see
extremely
videos.
painful for you.
Do you feel in charge? Like fucking.
Oh, Batman.
I was born in the darkness.
I was born in the dark.
You're adapted to darkness. I simply. He's like,
But no,
you simply adapted to
I just-
darkness. I was born.
The Nolan Batmans are good crime thrillers, but Christian Bale's Batman voice is just get the.
Oh, yeah, it's the shits, dude.
I
Yeah,
hate it.
his
Every
Batman
time I
voice-
try to watch the Nolan films, I'll get through them, but oh
I'm
my
not
god,
worried
Christian
about
Bale's
that.
Batman voice is terrible. Every time I watch it, I hate it more and more. I can't.
I don't know. But you know what I mean though? Like mixed opinion. Like it's like that scene in that movie. What was it called? Neighbors with Seth Rogen and Zac Efron, where they're sitting on the roof, like talking about Batman movies. It's like your Batman sounded like, and my Batman sounded like Rachel. Like you know what I mean? Like it's. There's always going to be like that debate between it, but yeah, personally I do think that Bale's Batman is this kind of
doo-doo.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah. It is.
but I don't know, he looks the part.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, his Bruce Wayne totally
Doesn't-
fine. His Batman
doesn't
straight up dog
ruin-
shit.
It doesn't ruin the first two, but in parts the third one, like does Christopher Nolan have a thing for ridiculous voices? Because like again, like I'm one of the few people I think who I love Tom Hardy's Bane. Like that's so unique. It's so cool. He's such a fucking like the only thing that pisses me off about and why I think it's one of the worst DC movies is because Bane ends up getting fucking killed in the third act, and it
Bane
turns
is
out
a simp.
Talia,
That's all it is.
who,
Bane is just a
fucking-
simp and a cuck.
Yeah, what the fuck? That ruins so much about that movie for me. Because
Yeah.
a lot of it, dude, if you just had him being like and had a better climax, because it has the worst climax of
We only have 2 minutes left, by the way. Just letting you guys know.
Shit, sorry,
All right.
sorry.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
Dark Knight Rises had the worst climax of any of those movies.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure Talia
Exactly.
Al Ghul did too.
Talia.
But
Worse.
Or
Awful.
like Talia, I'll go fuck yourself, right?
yeah. So, but yeah. Thank you to anyone and everyone that watches this. Next week we're doing Marvel movies, so we'll see what happens with that
Yay.
one.
Oh, there's even more weird shit.
Yeah, but this has been the film section. So like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, do all that stuff.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So
Mark's cat.
yeah, I gotta go take care
I'll
of
send
that.
Mark's cat after you if you don't.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
See you next week.
All right.